I'll tell you a story about a baby eagle. This was told several years ago by a man of God, and I thought it was so good. Once upon a time there was a baby eagle living in a nest perched on a cliff overlooking a beautiful valley with waterfalls and streams and trees and lots of little animals scurrying about enjoying their lives. The baby eagle liked the nest. It was the only world he had ever known. It was warm and comfortable. It had a great view. And even better, he had all the food and the love and the attention that a great mother eagle could provide. Many times each day the mother would swoop down from the sky and land in the nest and feed the baby eagle delicious morsels of food. She was like a god to him. He had no idea where she came from or how she worked her magic. The baby eagle was hungry all the time, but Mama Eagle would always come just in time with the food and the love and attention that he craved. The baby eagle grew strong. His vision grew very sharp. He felt good all the time until one day the mother stopped coming to the nest. The baby eagle was hungry. He said, "I'm sure to die," said the baby eagle. "Very soon death is coming," he cried with tears streaming down his face, over and over, but there was not one there to hear him. Then one day the mother eagle appeared at the top of the mountain cliff with a big bowl of delicious food, and she looked down at her baby. The baby looked up at the mother and cried, "Why did you abandon me? I'm going to die any minute. How could you do this to me?" The mother said, "Here's some very tasty and nourishing food. All you have to do is to come get it." "Come get it," said the baby with much anger. "How?" The mother eagle flew away. The baby cried and cried and cried. A few days later, says, "I'm going to end it all," he said. "I give up. It's just time for me to die." He didn't know his mother was nearby. She swooped down to the nest with his last meal. "Eat this. It's your last meal," she said. The baby cried and he ate and whined about what a bad mother she was. "You're a terrible mother," he said. Then she pushed him out of the nest. He fell head first, picked up speed faster and faster. He screamed, "I'm going to die, I'm going to die," he cried. He picked up more speed. He looked up at his mother. "How could you do this to me?" He looked down. The ground rushed closer and faster and faster. He could visualize his own death so clearly, coming so soon, and he cried and whined and complained. "This isn't fair," he screamed. Then a strange thing happened. The air caught behind his arms, and they snapped away from his body with a feeling unlike anything he had ever experienced. He looked down and he saw the sky. He wasn't moving towards the ground anymore. His eyes were pointed up at the sun. "Huh," he said, "what's going on here?" "You're flying," his mother said. "This is fun," laughed the baby eagle as he soared and dived and swooped. "Yes, it is," said the mother. "Sometimes, we're like this baby eagle who wasn't willing to trust his mother. God wants us to trust him, but we refuse. We don't know the future, so we imagine all kinds of horrible and terrible things that could happen. We fuss at God and even think he is a bad parent because he doesn't answer our prayers. the way we want him to. We refuse to really trust God for our situations. So we cry and bemoan the fact that we are in dire straits with no answers and no help. And all the while, God is watching and asking us to trust him for it all. Sometimes God has to bring something very harsh and painful in our lives in order to grow us up. When there is nowhere else to turn, we turn to God, and he is there. He wants us to fly on our own. He wants us to experience the peace that passes all understanding. But we can't do it until we learn to trust him for everything that he allows to come into our life. God works all things together for our good, Romans 8:28. So just give up and trust God. He's waiting for you with open arms.